In the sacred stillness of your private sanctuary, a violation has occurred, unseen by mortal eyes, but witnessed by the eternal vigilance of the divine. A hidden camera, placed not by your hand, but by the intricate weave of celestial design, has captured an act so unholy, so profane, that it defiles the very walls of the room where you rest, where you pour out your heart in prayer, where your soul finds solace. Archangel Michael, the mighty guardian of divine justice, speaks with a voice that thunders through the heavens. You have no inkling of the treachery that unfolded behind your back. Your room, once a haven of trust and tranquility, was forced to bear silent witness to a deed so dark it was never meant to be seen by innocent eyes. This was no mere accident, no fleeting lapse in judgment. This was a calculated act, meticulously planned and executed with malicious intent by someone you know, someone you trusted, someone you allowed to cross the sacred threshold of your personal space. They believed their secret would remain buried, their sin cloaked in shadow. But the unblinking eye of the camera, guided by divine will, recorded every moment their movements, their whispered chants, the unnatural glint in their eyes, the betrayal etched in every frame. This was not a random transgression. It was a spiritual violation, a deliberate attempt to bind your soul, to siphon your light, to dim the radiance of your divine essence. They came into your room clutching an object, a small, faintly glowing item imbued with energies not of purity but of malevolence. They placed it beneath your bed, hidden in a corner you rarely check, their lips moving in a low chant, their hands defiling your belongings. They touched your clothes, sniffed them, folded them with purpose, and tucked them away, as if to anchor their dark intent to your very being. Archangel Michael declares, the divine saw what you could not. This camera, though placed by human hands, was woven into the tapestry of heaven's plan to protect you. The footage reveals more than a single act of betrayal. It captures a deeper conspiracy, a web of deceit spun by those who envy your light. As they moved, they paused by a photograph of you, staring at it with a hunger not born of love but of possession. Their lips muttered words in a tongue you could not hear, but your soul felt the tremor of their malice in your sleep. The camera caught it all, preserving the truth in unyielding clarity. And later that night, when a strange knock echoed from within the walls, not from the door, not from the window, but from the very heart of your sanctuary, it was no mere trick of the mind. It was the room itself, reacting to the spiritual battleground it had become. This violation was meant to curse you silently, to drain your joy, to fade your luck, to cloud your spirit with confusion and doubt. You may have felt it already: bad dreams, sudden anxieties, unexplained illnesses, or misfortunes that seemed to plague your home. These were not coincidences, but the aftermath of the unholy act caught on tape. Yet, heaven has intervened. The truth, now revealed, is your sword, and your awareness is your shield. Archangel Michael proclaims, this was not just an invasion of your space. It was an assault on your soul. But you are not a victim. You are the final seal of protection, the one chosen to end this cycle of darkness. A hidden letter, aged and torn, was found tucked behind a drawer in your room. It bears the name of the one seen in the footage, a chilling confirmation that their presence was no fleeting trespass. Others before you may have felt this same energy, this same violation, but you are destined to be the last. The person who betrayed you, has smiled in your presence, spoken kindly, and worn a mask of friendship. But that mask is now shattered. Their actions, captured in undeniable clarity, reveal their true nature. They sought to bind you to a past you've already escaped, to pull you back into chains you've broken. But heaven calls you to rise, to confront, to cleanse. This is not merely about a camera or a single act of betrayal. It is about what the heavens needed you to see with your own eyes. Your innocence has been guarded, but now your awareness is your power. At 3 a.m., when the world is still and the veil between realms is thin, their spirit may attempt to return, drawn to the energy they left behind. But you are ready. Stand in the center of your room and declare, I am the owner of this space, seen and unseen. Burn sage, lavender, or frankincense, letting the smoke carry away the residue of their malice. Wipe your mirrors with intention, speaking, what was seen shall no longer stay. Place a sacred object beneath your bed, across a crystal, an ancestral heirloom, and let your floor know your soul has awakened. The object they heed, a coin, a ribbon, a bracelet, was no forgotten trinket. It was a deliberate token, soaked in energy, meant to tangle your emotions and cloud your mind. Do not touch it directly. Wrap it in cloth, place it in a jar, and bury it far from your home, or burn it with intention, speaking power over the smoke. As you do, declare, I cast out what does not belong to me. The more you reclaim your space, the lighter you will feel. The headaches will fade, the heaviness in your chest will lift, and the glow will return to your face. Archangel Michael assures, the one who brought shadows will now be chased by them. They do not know what follows them home. The footage holds more secrets. It may reveal a second visit, days later, when they returned, nervous and jumpy, sensing the shift in energy. They glanced at corners, unsettled, as your guardians took their position. They may try once more, a gift, an apology, a knock at your door. Do not open it. Comment, no more entry for the unclean. There is another who needs to know, someone else affected by this person's silent schemes. Share your story with them, not for drama, but for warning. You are the chosen revealer, anointed to unveil what others could not see. The person will panic when they realize they were seen. They will act confused, call, message, or even cry, but their tears are noise to cover their guilt. Be firm, not fearful. Their karma is returning, and it is not your burden to fix. The footage also captured a chilling detail as they left. The lights flickered, not an electrical fault, but a spiritual presence, a guardian resisting their intrusion. You may feel cold spots in the corners of your room where your light clashed with their darkness. Acknowledge your divine protectors, for they stood their ground. This is not just about one moment, but about awakening the warrior within you. Journal your dreams this week, for they will reveal what your eyes miss in daylight. Burn a white candle, and as the wax melts, name what must never return. Your room, once a site of violation, is now a testimony of your rise. The camera may become a relic of your freedom, a tool for truth, closure, or even justice. Do not delete it yet. It may serve a greater purpose. Archangel Michael declares, you were born to break chains, and this was one of them. Your destiny is being fought for, and you are stepping into an era of no more deception. Every lie told against you will backfire. Every trap set for you will turn inward. The universe is delivering justice, and you will feel it in waves, bursts of focus, sudden joy, calm where there was tension. Strangers may act kindly, opportunities may appear unexpectedly. These are divine compensations for every second stolen in your space. Your room now holds a new purpose, a place of healing, where your presence carries cleansing energy. Guard it not from fear, but from wisdom. Not everyone who smiles deserves entry. The person who did this is losing their power by the hour. Their influence, their charm, their grip is slipping away. They tried to bottle your essence, to trap your spiritual presence, but that spell has reversed. They may fall sick, lose sleep, or feel the weight of their guilt, for the universe does not ignore sacred boundaries broken. Your name, whispered in their act of envy, belongs to light, and it echoes in heaven louder than their secret chants. Archangel Michael proclaims, "You will not be touched again." Your aura has shifted, and what once could reach you will now be burned upon arrival. The veil has been torn, the truth revealed, and the divine hand of justice has marked this moment as the turning point in your journey. You are no longer the person you were before you saw the footage. You are clearer, lighter, unstoppable. The room that once bore the weight of betrayal is now a sanctuary reborn, a testament to your resilience and the power of divine intervention. Stand tall in your reclaimed space, for you are surrounded by a celestial army, guided by the unyielding light of Archangel Michael. The shadows that sought to dim your flame have been scattered, and your path forward glows with purpose. This is not the end, but the beginning of your restoration, your victory, your unbreakable spirit. Type Amen to seal this blessing with the divine numbers 333, 444, 777. Beloved soul, if this message has stirred your spirit and awakened your resolve, we invite you to like and subscribe to join a community of light-bearers walking the path of truth and restoration. Your support strengthens this sacred space where divine revelations uplift and empower. Share your love and light by commenting, "I am covered. I will not be fooled again. My house is sealed with light. I choose light over shadow. My light cannot be dimmed. This is my divine cleansing. I acknowledge the divine protectors around me. I reclaim my name in space. No more entry for the unclean. I seal every corner of my home. Let divine justice chase what I no longer carry. No more shadows, only flame. I cleanse, I command, I conquer. I give no energy to the unworthy, or I welcome all that was stolen to return multiplied. Together we rise, protected and whole, under the watchful gaze of the divine. The hidden camera, a silent sentinel, guided by the hand of the divine, has exposed a betrayal so profound that it sought to fracture the very foundation of your soul's sanctuary. Archangel Michael, the celestial warrior whose voice resonates with the authority of heaven, declares, "The shadows believed they could bind you, but they did not foresee the power of your awakening. Your room, once a silent witness to treachery, is now being transformed into a fortress of light, a beacon of your resilience and divine protection. The person who dared to invade your sanctuary, who moved with calculated malice under the guise of trust, is now unraveling. The footage captured their every step, their whispered incantations, their furtive glances, the small object they placed with intent to entangle your spirit. But the divine eye saw what they believed was hidden. The camera recorded not just their actions, but the spiritual weight of their intent, a weight that now returns to them tenfold. They thought their deed would go unnoticed, their secrets safe in the shadows, but the universe does not permit such violations to remain cloaked forever. Archangel Michael speaks. Their actions were a challenge to the divine order, and that order is now restoring what was stolen from you. As you stand in the aftermath of this revelation, you may feel the stirrings of a deeper truth within your soul. The strange occurrences, the sleepless nights, the sudden chills, the unexplained heaviness in your heart were not figments of your imagination. They were the echoes of a spiritual assault, a deliberate attempt to dim your light and cloud your path. The object they hid, whether a coin, a ribbon, or a trinket, was no mere oversight. It was a vessel of dark energy, meant to tether your spirit to their will. But you are no longer bound. Take this object, wrap it in cloth, and remove it from your space with intention. Bury it far from your home or burn it, speaking words of power. I release what was never mine to carry. My spirit is free, my light untouchable. The footage holds yet another secret, one that may chill your blood. As they left your room, they glanced at their phone, receiving a message of confirmation and encouragement from another who shared in their dark design. This was not the act of a lone betrayer, but a conspiracy, a silent circle that sought to ensnare your essence. Archangel Michael reveals, you were their target, but you are also their undoing. Your light has disrupted their plans, and their circle is breaking under the weight of their own guilt. Soon another will come forward, another soul touched by this person's malice, their story echoing yours. Your courage to face this truth will embolden them to speak, to break free, to reclaim their own sacred spaces. Your room, once a battleground of spirit and spell, is now a crucible of transformation. Cleanse it with intention. Open your windows and let the winds of heaven sweep through, carrying away the residue of their intrusion. Burn sage, cedar, or palo santo, letting the smoke rise as a prayer of reclamation. Place a sacred object, stone, a relic, a symbol of your faith under your bed, and declare, this space is mine, sealed by divine light. Wipe every surface, especially the mirrors, which may have absorbed their energy, and speak, what was seen is banished. Only truth remains. Your sanctuary is being reborn, its walls no longer silent, but singing with the power of your awakening. The person who betrayed you is beginning to feel the consequences of their actions. They may reach out, offering excuses, apologies, or tears. But these are mere distractions, noise to mask their trembling guilt. Do not engage. Your silence is your strength, your peace, your victory. Archangel Michael assures, their power is fading, their influence crumbling. What they sought to steal from you is being returned, multiplied by divine justice. You may notice signs of this restoration, already moments of clarity, bursts of unexpected joy, or opportunities that seem to appear from nowhere. These are not accidents, but divine compensations. Heaven's repayment for every moment of your violated peace. Pay close attention to your dreams in the coming days. The veil between the physical and spiritual is thin, and your soul will reveal truths. Write down what you see, who appears, what they say. Your ancestors, your guardians, have been whispering warnings, sending chills down your spine, stirring your spirit to alertness. This moment is their validation, proof that you were never alone, never unprotected. My spirit is awake, my guardians are near. You are not the same person you were before this truth was revealed. You are stronger, clearer, a warrior forged in the fire of divine revelation. The footage may yet serve a greater purpose. It is not just a record of betrayal, but a relic of your liberation. Do not delete it, for it may be needed for justice, whether in the spiritual realm or the earthly one. A lawyer, a confidant, or an authority may soon play a role, as this violation may extend beyond the spiritual into the realm of laws and rights. Be prepared for ripples, confessions, apologies, or even attempts to deny what cannot be undone. But your peace is worth more than their drama. Comment: I choose peace over chaos, light over shadow. There is a moment in the footage that may stop your heart. You may feel cold spots in your room, corners where the energy clashed. Stand in those spaces and declare, "This is my ground, claimed by light." Your home is no longer theirs. It is a sanctuary sealed by divine order, a place where no unholy act can take root again. Archangel Michael speaks with finality. This was not a coincidence, but an anointed unveiling. You were chosen to see, to rise, to break the chains that sought to bind you. Your light threatens the darkness within them, and that is why they acted. But they chose the wrong soul to challenge. You are surrounded by a celestial army, your name echoing in the halls of heaven, your spirit untouchable. Type Amen to seal this blessing with the divine numbers 2929, 3030, 3131, 3232. The storm of betrayal has passed, and you stand in the radiant aftermath, bathed in the light of divine truth. Your room, once a canvas of violation, is now a masterpiece of restoration, its walls pulsing with the energy of your reclaimed power. You are not a victim, but a victor, not a target, but a torchbearer, chosen to illuminate the path for others. The shadows that sought to dim your spirit have been scattered, and the universe is aligning to restore what was taken, to multiply your blessings, to guide you into a season of clarity and strength. Stand in your sanctuary tonight, raise your voice, and proclaim, "I am the keeper of this space, guarded by heaven, sealed by light." The divine has spoken, and your victory is assured. Beloved warrior of light, if this message has ignited your spirit and fortified your resolve, we invite you to like and subscribe, to join a sacred community of souls standing firm in truth and restoration. Your support amplifies this divine mission, creating a space where revelations heal and empower. Share your heart by commenting, "My spirit is awake, my guardians are near. I choose peace over chaos. My home is a fortress of light. I release what was never mine. My light burns brighter than their shadows." Or, "I am restored by divine justice." Together we rise, united in love and protected by the eternal embrace of the divine.